You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. Envy is still taking a fake vacation in Miami.
Another one.
But we got my man Mad Skillz here. What's up, my brother?
What's up, bro?
Now, this is interesting because you're here in August. Okay? All right?
Dan, that's why he got an EP that just came out.
I know that. You know what I'm saying? But
man.
you're not here at the end of the year or at the top of the year. You're here in August.
So that's a bigger look, I guess.
Yeah. Because everybody
for
knows
having
you
me.
for the year-end wrap-ups, but you've been, come on, man.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you got your start as a ghostwriter, right?
Yeah. Well, I was rapping before that, but that happened to happen, later on in life, and then I just kind of ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't the start, but it was definitely a good chapter.
That was the first industry break, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was early on. Like, I think I was still running with like Missy and Timbaland around that time, and and I'm so busy rapping, like trying to be in the front of the camera, and then, Missy pulled up to the studio in a purple Lamborghini with no record deal.
You like,
and I was
need to get behind the scenes.
I might need to see what she doing. So and that's when I really started paying attention to songwriting, and it was just verses, just helping people. You know what I mean? But that's how it started though.
Because you're from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So I never looked at you as in the midst of the Timbaland Missy camp, but you got your start with them?
No, I came before them.
Before them, okay.
Yeah, I came out first. And then I came out in like '96. So before it was just me and D'Angelo.
From
like
Virginia.
it wasn't nobody.
Okay.
It wasn't nobody else from Virginia. And then I say '97, Missy came out, and then I remember meeting Pharrell at like a Tribe Called Quest concert.
Wow.
Like we were like, me and Pharrell probably like the biggest Tribe Called Quest fans in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him outside of a Tribe concert, and he started doing beats like later. You know what I mean? Because I actually got discovered by Q-Tip at a Jack the Rapper convention in Atlanta, and then I went back to Virginia and just started going hard with it.
Discovered by Q-Tip. That had to be crazy being that you was a Tribe fan.
Yes, and
how'd that happen?
I was in a hotel lobby, and I seen him, and it was this producer, and he had a radio, and they was just playing beats, and there was a whole crowd around him, and I was like, oh man, that's Tip. Like, you know what I mean? At this point, Midnight Marauders about to come out, the War Tour is out, and it was like a plant, like a tree, and I climbed up the tree, over top of the branch, and I was like right over his shoulder, and I just started rapping, and he looked up like, who is this fool rapping in the tree? So I just started rapping, and then after that, he asked me, he was like, yo, what's your name? And I was like, it's Mad Skillz. He's like, yo, where you from? And I was like, VA. And he was like, yo, you want to roll to this radio station with me? They had to do like college radio or something. And I was like, yeah.
That's exciting.
So we go to his room, and he was like, yo, just grab a seat, whatever. I'll be right back. And he hit a button, and he goes, yo, this is the new album. And he just hit the button and walked out of the room. And then I heard the Midnight Marauders like tour guide, and I was like, this the album. And I sat there and listened to it, and I've been a fan of him ever since. But yeah, that's who gave me my start.
What's the better album, Low End Theory or Midnight Marauders to you?
Midnight. I would have to say Midnight Marauders. Just because that's when they hit their stride then. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though the sophomore album was, it proved everybody wrong. You heard more Fife, but Midnight Marauders, like everything was just butter about it. It was just a good album.
And then plus that moment, the moment that he let you hear it before
I heard it
everybody
before.
else.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
like that's a
listen.
different memory.
Yeah, like that still goes down as one of my best hip hop memories. You know what I mean?
So did you ever ghost wrote for Q-Tip?
No.
You think that ghostwriting gets a bad rap? Because everybody always acts like it's the worst thing, but so many people have people that help them write. And it's not, and sometimes it's not even necessarily ghostwriting when you're just helping someone.
It's just like, yo, change this to that. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Especially now, back in the day, it was so taboo. It's like, but then you have people that, they were so busy, they were doing other things, they had other companies, they didn't have time to sit down and write what they thought would be a hot 16. You know what I'm saying? You hire people for that. But nowadays these kids don't care who write the record.
Hell no.
They act like they do though.
But they don't.
Right, they don't care.
Y'all, it's not even a way for y'all to see the credits no more. You got to dig to even see
That's
the
true.
names.
There's no album.
You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, we open up a CD, you get to see the names and see the credits. Like that's how I memorized rappers' first names. You know what I'm saying? Like, but But just, seeing Big Daddy Kane on the record, I'm like, A. Hardy. I'm like, oh, Kane wrote that record for Biz.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, nowadays, they act like they care. They don't care.
And also, if you're part of a crew like Wu-Tang, you can imagine all of them being in the studio. Somebody say, oh, that's hot, I'm going to use it. Like, It just happens like that. Sometimes you don't even know where you got it from.
And it's funny you would mention Wu-Tang, because I remember the video. I forgot what song it was. The Wu-Tang, where you was doing the hook. What song was that?
Oh, Wu-Tang, motherfucker.
Yeah, what song was
Wu-Tang,
motherfucker. She like, yeah.
Reunited.
Yes.
Reunited.
So we all came from humble beginnings.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Why in your era was it so important, our era, was it so important to keep ghostwriting a secret, I guess?
I guess because it was so taboo back then, and you didn't know who wrote what, and people didn't really want to know, and with certain people that were in front of the camera, and they might not, if you didn't write your own stuff back in the day, you already had a cloud over your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's certain songs right now. If I told you that somebody else wrote that, you'd be heartbroken. I'll be heartbroken if I found out Rakim didn't write Microphone Fiend.
What about Robert Glasper just talking about Lauryn Hill? I don't know if you saw that. And
I read about it.
And about the miseducation. Like, does that bother you if you realize she didn't do all of that?
Well, I mean, when you look at it, she's an amazing artist. She's an amazing rapper, songwriter. But, everybody need help sometimes. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're smart enough to say, I don't really care about being the best rapper in the game. I care about having the best material in the game. And sometimes you're not going to come up with that all by yourself.
Anybody ever write for you?
No.
Just asking.
No.
And delivery matters.
Yes.
So even when you say to me, like, yo, you might tell me a song that an artist didn't write, and I'd be heartbroken, it wouldn't be the same song if it wasn't that person delivering it.
Like, bro, when I hear Mary J. Blige Not Gonna Cry, I don't care who wrote that.
Me neither.
She delivered the hell out of that song.
Or JoJo and Casey Lately.
Right. Well, Stevie wrote that, but they delivered the hell out of it. Like, sometimes it's just about the delivery, and sometimes when I sit down with an artist and we working on music, I'm hoping that they can deliver it. And if they can deliver it, and raps are easy. Like, I mean, it's more melody now. It ain't really about bars, but, even if it's like singers or whatever, like, you just hope that they can deliver it, because if you deliver it well, then we all do well.
As an MC, though, how do you feel about people who get credit for being the best when they've used the ghostwriter?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say that you're the best when you didn't come up with, what you're known as the best for.
But sometimes, like you said, people are busy, so maybe they write some of their stuff, but not all of it.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, some people are just gifted, man, and some people it takes time to sit down and craft. You know what I'm saying? What's perfect, but like somebody like Jay is one of the best, and I've seen Jay like just do it out of nowhere, like, and you just be like, wow, it's no way he just did that right then, but he did.
But if you found out somebody wrote a song for him, would it change how you look at him?
No, not Hov, because Hov catalog way too extensive. Yeah. Even if somebody changed the to the for Hov, it's still Hov.
And he's written for people.
Right, and he's written for people. So yeah, it's Hov.
Now, do you and Uncle Murder?
Who's that?
Don't do that, Lior.
Who is that? You say this guy's name, I don't know this guy. Who is that?
Do y'all have a real issue, or is it friendly competition?
Nah, man. I don't have an issue with Murder, man. It's friendly comp. But I mean, it was. I mean, he had to get checked, and that's why I'm kind of ticked off that Envy ain't here, because I know Envy put that battery in his back to make that answer. But I mean, the answer was, it's friendly competition.
Well, we'll see what happens at the end of this year.
Oh God, that's what we doing.
I'm playing.
That's what we doing.
Are you tired of the wrap ups?
Nah, man.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
It's like, bro, that's the one song that people will not let me stop.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted to stop.
You might need to do some daily wrap-ups, because yesterday was crazy.
Oh, yeah, with the whole, oh, man, yeah. That was crazy with Safari and Nicki. Yeah. And before y'all even asked, I didn't write nothing for Nicki.
Oh, okay.
I didn't write nothing. Nicki writes her own raps.
That was a rumor out there that you wrote for Nicki?
Well, I wrote, me and Esther wrote The Night Is Still Young.
I remember that. Okay.
But that was just the hook. I ain't write no raps for Nicki. I don't write
You don't
raps
want no
for,
smoke.
I don't want no smoke. Nicki's an amazing artist, man, and she should get credit for writing. She really pins bars. Like, you know, she's dope, and she should get credit for that. It's sad that we want to take that away from her.
Right.
She's a dope MC.
Yeah,
period.
I don't remember anybody, but see, that's the thing. I don't remember like Safari ever saying he wrote for Nicki. He said he helped her, you know?
Right.
But he didn't say I write for Nicki.
Right.
He actually has been adamant about not writing for
Right.
Nicki.
Nah, she's dope, man. Like, I don't know why that smoke went that way, but hopefully they could work that out.
Now let's talk about your EP that's out now.
Yes, I'm the
You are
DJ, and the rapper. Yes.
I did not know you DJ'd.
Yes.
Shut up.
I didn't. I started realizing that via Instagram, but I
You
didn't
didn't know that?
No.
I mean, it hasn't been like something that it's fairly new. I would say in like the last.
Because you've been going on the road, right? And I guess first you were hosting these parties and events, and
Right.
it seemed like a natural progression.
Yeah,
The
no.
last, what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, last 3-4 years. But yeah, I started DJing like maybe like 3-4 years ago, like, and
Why?
it just took off because
That's
first of all, I love music.
Yeah, I think that's great.
And I lost the passion for rapping. I lost the passion for going in the booth and trying to come up with something hot in 2018 for myself. So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, since you said you lost the passion, how many songs are you on the EP?
Oh, only one. But
I know because I heard
wrote
that
them
one
all.
song that
Yeah, I
you're
wrote
in a
them
minute,
all.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the rest of the raps?
Yeah, no, it's more. I'm trying to move more into a lane where it's about the songs. Because when you're a DJ and you put out music, people just care if the song is hot.
Yeah,
it ain't
yeah,
always about the feature. You know what I mean? So this is me moving into a lane like a Khaled or a Calvin Harris, Mark Ronson, where it's presenting songs. But I knew I couldn't put out an EP without me being on it at all. And I ain't gonna put another rapper on the album when I can rap.
Yeah, I was confused because we was listening to the album. And I just kept hearing the girls sing, and I'm like, well, where the hell is Skillz at with the raps?
Nah, I only got one song on there, the In a Minute joint, but the rest of them are songs I wrote because I'm a songwriter too. So, you know, I sit around on a lot of music and for a long time, and I'd be like, I'm gonna put this out. And these were songs that I was playing in my DJ sets that nobody knew that were my songs. So then I was like, let me just make a collection of them and put them out.
Do people still come to you for bars?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why. So you got all these bars just sitting around. So you're like, yo, let me do an EP real quick.
So you tapped into your sensitive side too.
Who?
Not your guy.
oh yeah, that was an R&B record.
Why you
yeah.
got so upset about it?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't get upset. Nah, you just threw me off real quick. But yeah, like those are songs that I feel like the marketplace is missing, man. And I'm trying to move into an era, like I said, with the Khaleds and the Mark Ronsons, where I just put out music, just continually put out music, because I don't want to be in the booth trying to create something hot for Mad Skillz in 2018. I'd rather just either sell the songs or give them away.
We've seen an influx of 40-plus rappers that's bodying the game this year, though.
Right.
Like, I mean, you know, me being 40, I like listening to 40-plus year rappers.
I was with Black Thought last night.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he's a walking hip-hop superhero.
It's not even close.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I've never met anybody in my life that I felt like was born to do what they're doing.
Gifted. But
Gifted.
that's what you said is very important. We come from an era of gifted MCs.
Right.
This era is just guys who know how to rap. It's the difference. Anybody can learn how to rap.
True.
But
True.
Black Thought is gifted.
He's definitely gifted.
I'm looking for this tweet I saw you write about.
God.
What? It's not nothing bad. Why are you getting nervous?
Because I don't know what you looking up over there.
No. I just remember you talking about writing songs that women like, and you being surprised like the first time you had a song that women knew all.
It's a whole different. It's a
lyrics
whole
to.
different ball game. And I realized that late in my career. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was in a hotel in Philly, and I just did a show, and it was an OG like dude at the bar, and he was like, "Yo," he's like, "What y'all do?" And I was like, "Oh, I rap." And he was like, "Oh, what kind of music you make?" I was like, "I make rap music." And he was like, he looked around, he was like, "Why ain't no women around?" And I was like, I said, "Damn, really?" He said, "Yo," he said, "Rap, make music for who you want to see in the hotel lobby after your show." And he got up and left. And I'm sitting there like, damn, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Because all I see is battle rappers. Like, after my show, it's like, yo, let's cypher. Skillz, I got bars, what's up? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about why EPMD broke up at 2 a.m. Like, I'm trying to go to bed. You know what I mean? But I started looking at rappers like LL and people like that, like, you know what I'm saying? And I made one record that girls like, and it took off. And I was like, damn, I should have did that in like
record was that?
'96. It was a joint. It was locally in Virginia, but
Okay.
it was a record called "He Don't Own Me for Real," and it was a dope record, and it took off, and they was playing it crazy down there, and I just remember the response, like going out on stage, and just women singing your song back to you. That's a whole different feeling.
You're like, wow, this is amazing.
Philly played a pivotal role in your career.
Yeah.
As I learned via Instagram a couple weeks ago, when you put up the $1 million backpack post.
Yeah,
I guess it was the anniversary of that.
Yes. I was going to Philly early in the 2000s. I had the same managers as Music Soul Child. My cousins there had a company called Mike Mack, J Hips, and Carvin and Ivan. So I was running back and forth to Philly and just working. It was like a second home to me. I love Philly. You know what I'm saying?
And you said Questlove, gave
me a beat? Yeah. Because, I mean, at that point, I'm on E1. They wasn't spending no money.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a favor album. You know what I'm saying? I had Quality on the album. Freeway jumped on there. Like, it was a dope album, and it was 10 years ago. And for Virginia, it was a lot of people in Virginia that was their first time working on something that came out major. And that was the first time cats was like, I shot a video, and I'd seen it on MTV. It's on MTV Jams or whatever. So, that was 10 years ago. That was a good time.
Is there anybody you can reveal you wrote for? Or you just like old school with it, and it's like, what?
I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, I try to keep it quiet, but because it just when people ask me, I'm like, the satisfaction that I get from helping the people that I love,
right?
I don't get the same satisfaction from telling a room of people that I wrote for this person.
If they want to reveal it, then they can.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's kind of bad for business too. Like,
yeah, like
I trusted
listen,
you to come and
I
work
make
with me.
way more money when nobody's talking about ghostwriting.
True.
So when the ghostwriting things come up, and when the Drake thing came up, and Forbes magazine was like, "Can we get a quote from you?" I'm like, "No, just no. Like, let's bring that back down." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way more.
You like the OG drug dealer telling the young boys, "Y'all making the block hot." Like, get off the.
Yes, that's exactly what y'all doing. Keep it down there.
What do you enjoy more, DJing or rapping?
DJing now.
Okay.
I love presenting music to people, and because DJing is the one job that you know instantaneously whether or not you're doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
If ain't nobody dancing, you whack. If they dancing, you doing your
You get
thing.
a nice immediate response.
You know what I mean? And
you have to play songs you don't like sometimes, I'm sure too.
But you know what it is? You do, but you still have to realize that when you're DJing, it ain't about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about them. And if I'm up there and let's say I just gotten, I had a bad day or, whatever, they don't care about that. They want to have a good time. So it's just about, playing music that people enjoy and being able to take people on a musical journey, because I don't know anybody that just likes one type of music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I go through your phone right now, even though you a hip-hop head or you a reggae head, it ain't just that in your phone. It's other stuff in your phone, so you should be able to enjoy yourself at a party just the same.
Why Virginia don't get the credit for being a hip-hop hotbed, man?
You know what it is? I believe because we never really had a sound. I believe that Pharrell and Chad, the Neptunes, probably came as close to having a sound that we were gonna have. And we knew what we couldn't do. So we couldn't do G-Funk because LA had that. We couldn't do Chopped and Screwed because Houston had that. Couldn't do Miami Bass because they had that. So we were forced to be original. And I think that's how you got Timbaland sampling Babies, and you know what I'm saying, and Missy making these crazy visuals for her songs, and it was almost like their sounds were futuristic. You know what I mean? So but when it's all said and done, I can remember a time when won't nobody screaming Virginia. When won't nobody from Virginia. And now that's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Virginia needs some type of hip-hop documentary.
I'm working on one.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm working on one right
Because
now.
Virginia and Philly, to me, are like the two most hip-hopist places that don't get credit for being hip-hop.
Right.
It's weird.
Right, yeah, nah. It's a weird thing, but to be from somewhere that's that special, man, like, it's just something in the water down there. And I'm proud of that place and what it's done for me and what I can still continue to help do for it.
Why haven't more MCs come from there? Because, I mean, you got the Clips, of course.
Right.
Pusha and Malice was dope rappers.
Right.
You're a dope MC. After that, it's like,
Right.
Magoo, no disrespect to Magoo. I'm just saying.
That's my man.
You know what I
You're
mean?
always coming from Magoo.
No, I'm not.
Magoo's
I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying like the bar was very high with Skillz and the clips, but then it was kind of like Magoo was just riding the beat. Let's be clear. And I know he's gonna take this the wrong way, but it is what it is.
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of talent there, man. It's a lot of untapped talent there. But I think the thing about being from Virginia is, at some point you gotta leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know how they say opportunity. People like, oh, opportunity comes to the. You better be ready when they knock on the door. Well, sometimes you gotta get closer to the door, and the door might not be in Virginia. So, leave. And I look at it, it's home. Like, you can always come back, and it's a lot of dope talent there. But, you have to expand. Like, when I first started, I was just rapping, but I knew I wanted to be bigger. I ain't want to, if I'm playing ball, I don't want to be the best ball player at the Rucker. I want to be in the league.
Right. You know
what I mean? So you kind of got to go out and see. So I think a lot of people just might need to expand their horizons and try something else.
Did you have an allegiance with Pusha T when all the beef was going on with him and Drake, or did you feel like
he wrote some? I don't know.
No, I didn't.
He wrote the lines about 40 from what
No, I didn't. But we stick up for each other, man. Like Pusha's an amazing artist, an amazing rapper. And I knew it was gonna come to a head sooner or later because they had been poking each other for years, like pause. But throwing jabs at each other for years. But I knew it was gonna be a good battle. But Pusha, VA all day, 2 up, 2 down.
Would you have told Drake to respond?
Well, yeah, I would have, and I thought he was going to, but clearly he didn't. And we passed it. But it's 2 grown men. They had a little lyrical problem. It happens. You know what I mean? Same with me and Murder. It happens. Well, it is what it is.
It was a rumor that you wrote Magoo's bird is the word line.
Would you leave Magoo alone? See?
Yo, chill,
why are you
man.
poking it? I hope Magoo do a diss record about you.
That'll be dope.
Hey, yo, Magoo, get him.
Magoo, if you make a diss record about me, I'm going to play it every morning.
You got to write that.
That'll be phenomenal.
Yo,
you
know
wrote
what'd be crazy?
And Magoo recorded it. That would be amazing.
It's going to be crazy when it hits your inbox.
Have you ever
I'm about to make that happen
you
right
send it
now.
to us first and we'll play it as a surprise.
Salute to Magoo, man.
No, you can't do that.
Nah, it's coming. Nah, you said it. You said it.
Nah. Salute him.
I'm gonna send it to Yee and
Magoo
Envy.
as a drop.
Stop it.
Have you ever written a diss record for somebody?
No. That's I feel like sometimes when you get into diss records, that's like super personal, and people usually don't need help with that. They already fired up to get in the booth and try to
But they might want some extra hard.
If you need help with a diss record, then you might not even want to be rap. Don't do the diss record. You need help. You can't get mad enough to tear down somebody in a booth. You got a problem right there.
Do you and Esther Dean ever beef about who's the best writer in the house?
They're not together anymore, Sean.
Oh, when y'all was together?
Nah, man. She was an amazing girl, man. I have nothing but good things to say about her. Her pen game is vicious. Mm-hmm. Like, I call her Bluetooth. Like, she just comes up with it out of nowhere. It's actually phenomenal to watch. She's one of the best writers I've ever been around, and I learned a lot from her, man.
She could have did a diss record about you.
Yeah, she could have, but she didn't.
Is it hard to break up with a woman that you share publishing checks with, though?
Nah, cause she get her check and I get mine.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, nah, it ain't like she get the check and I'm like, okay, well, how much of that is mine?
Yeah.
Like, we already took care of that in the beginning. But,
how is it doing business with somebody that you're dating? Is that hard?
It wasn't hard for us at all. When we were dating, we was just in the studio just being creative. You know what I mean? And I remember people saying like, "Yo, if y'all have a kid, it might be the greatest songwriter ever." And I'm like, "Yeah, nah, and don't do that." But she's a very talented woman, man. I learned a lot from her. Stuff that I still, implement in my day-to-day routines, and not just music stuff, just life. You know what I'm saying? She was dope.
That's good, man. So Skillz has no interest in being a 40-plus-year-old rapper. He just wants to DJ and write for people.
But he has one song that he's rapping on the EP though in a minute.
And it's a grown up rap.
That's what I like. I love adult contemporary hip hop.
It's a grown up song, and I redid like the video like for the Whispers, and it's just me and the homies just doing some old school steps. We got Afro wigs. It was fun. It was the most fun I had in a video in a long time. Like if I could still have fun with music, then I want to do it. When it ain't fun no more, then I can't do it.
Why do you think it's not fun? You think it's not fun because they're actually not creating a space for older rappers?
I mean,
we need adult contemporary rap stations.
We do. Because there is no new Slick Rick record. There is no new, you know what I'm saying, Dougie Fresh record. And I believe that it could be a place for that if they still continue to make records. And they, you know, even though some of their old stuff is what they winning off and that's a part of their catalogs, but it's nowhere for it to go. And I think that makes hard for them to get in the studio because they're like, damn, who gonna hear this? I gotta tweet it out or throw it on SoundCloud. Like, I ain't about to do that. I'm 45. Like, I don't even know what SoundCloud is. But I believe sometimes you do have to adapt with the times because it's, you know, I always feel like it's two things you can never buck against, and that's the youth and technology.
Yes.
Because they are going to come regardless. So, you know, it's just finding your place in music, man. There's a lot of 90s rappers is just probably still stuck in the 90s, like with some Air Force Ones on and some Fat Farm jeans and
jean shorts.
Like, yeah,
Fat
jean
Farm
shorts.
Denim shorts.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, nah. Anything, you got to have more than one hustle in this game. And I knew that in the 90s.
All right.
So it helped me, you know, to evolve to today.
Which of these young kids you like now? Of
Oh,
these
man.
younger, newer artists. Like, who would you put in your top 3?
Cole, Drake,
I'm talking
and
about
Kendrick.
younger than that, though.
Younger than that?
Like the newer ones.
Let me see. I like NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to Baton Rouge and interviewed him.
Yeah, I like NBA Youngboy.
Can he rap? I've heard some things from him.
And he's got some great stories to tell about his life. It's very deep.
I
when you
like
listen
him.
to it.
And you could tell he puts his, you know, it's real what he's putting into his music. I like him. I can't think of nobody else right offhand though.
All right. Well,
That's
shout out to
right.
NBA Youngboy.
Yeah.
You like Kodak?
I could tolerate Kodak. You know what I'm saying? I could tolerate him. You know what I mean?
All right.
Well, my man Mad Skillz, the EP's out right now.
Yes, it's called I'm the DJ and the Rapper, streaming everywhere. Make sure you get it.
Word, it's the Breakfast Club. My man Mad Skillz,
We'll
thank you
see
for
you
coming.
at the end of the
Yes.
year, man.
I'll
Again.
be back.
Okay, good.
All right.